one of the questions that I often get is, how do I actually get my kids involved in helping around the house? So as a mom of 6, I've had practice doing this a few times now. And so I wanted to give you my best tips for how to get them involved, and then ages that we started. So be sure to stay tuned for this week's Momtrepreneur Life Coffee Chat. Hey mom, so welcome to the Momtrepreneur Life Unboxed Coffee Chat. So this is a place where we talk about all things momtrepreneur, and that includes raising your kids, running a business, and keeping your sanity on most days. So be sure to check out lifeunboxed.blog, and it has tons of information to help you homeschool and work from home confidently. So I like to be very practical, especially with the coffee chats. So the coffee chats are just unscripted, kind of behind the scenes. Let's get very practical into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the heart of what it really means to be a momtrepreneur and a homeschool mom. So this week we are going to talk about how to get your kids involved helping around the house. Because this is, now that I have teenagers, so I have my first litter, and okay, everyone's turning, they're flipping years this in the next couple of weeks. So I have 18, 16, and 14. That's my first litter. My second litter is 10, 6, and 3. So we've had a lot of practice figuring this out, and I've been in that place with the older 3 where I'm like, how do I do this? How do I get them involved? I need help. But how do I actually give them things that they will do, be able to be responsible for, that are age appropriate, and they won't break anything. So let's start. Now, it's important as moms working from home to set the expectation for our kids to have some responsibility. They live in the house, they should contribute, and it's teaching them a life skill that not everything is going to be brought to them or be done for them for the rest of their life. So they need to learn like basic skills such as unloading the dishwasher, doing the dishes, cooking dinner, cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the room. But most importantly, what underlies all of those things is taking responsibility for themselves. So you have to start teaching them that. It's not easy, and I know as busy moms, a lot of times it's just easier for us to do it as opposed to teaching our kids to do it. But there is a payoff. It may take some time, but I promise you won't be following up with them for the rest of their lives. And then when they get older and they get married, their spouses will really appreciate the fact that they know how to do all this stuff and that they don't have to teach them how to do it. You know what I mean? Come on, wives, we don't want to be raising our husbands. Okay, so this is where we started, and these are the ages that we started. Again, this is just to give you an idea. That's it. You need to pick what's best for you and your family, but sometimes it helps to hear what other people have done. So that's what we're doing in this coffee chat. So about 6, we would have them start, well, obviously, from the time they were toddlers, you start with, okay, clean up your toys, put your toys away when you're done playing at night. Now, that's usually messy. Things don't always get put back where they belong, but that's kind of where you start, teaching them to clean up after themselves, to be responsible for their possessions and different things like that. At 6, we had them start making their beds in the morning, so they would get up and make their bed. And my daughter also said, because we really start with the first litter, we started giving them actual chores at like 10, 8, and 6. So just because they're 2 years apart, they're kind of just a unit. And so we've always done everything with them a lot of times like this as a unit. It's just easier that way. So my daughter has always started younger, but she gets rewarded. She watched Star Wars. She was the youngest one to watch it. So, there's perks too. So they officially started chores at 6, 8, and 10. And this was, we gave them an actual list. We set a day each week that they did their chores. So they could not do, and it was usually Saturday. I think we did Friday, but then they weren't doing it very well. And so I asked my husband to kind of take over the checking up on them and actually distributing the chores, because there's just, he's just better at it. So he did that. And so because of that, we did move chore day to Sunday or Saturday because he is home. And actually, because now he's working from home on Friday, so we moved it back to Friday. So it is on. So he also gave them a list, and usually what was on that list was like, make the bed, fold their laundry. They've been responsible for cleaning their bathroom since then. So like the older boys always got like the toilet and the bath. My daughter cleaned her own sink because it's a double vanity sink. So the boys have one and she has her own. I know she wishes she had her own bathroom, but hey, she has her own sink. So we started with basic things like that, cleaning up the playroom area. I think that's basically where we started. So then at 13, we've also switched them to, they get to do their own laundry now. Now my daughter at 10 requested that she does her own laundry, so we just let her do that. So she will do her laundry along with her little sister's laundry. Just because they share a room, it's just one of those, it's already mixed in, so might as well just throw it all in anyway. So at 13, they did their own laundry. At 10, we also had them unloading the dishwasher. And I will say that was a hard one for me because my kitchen was like my safe space. It's the one space that I could legitimately tell them they can't come in, because usually if I'm cooking dinner or doing things like that, I don't want them around the stove or around, basically it can be dangerous for young children. So it was the one place I could legitimately say like, no, you can't come in. And so that was like my safe space. That was like my area. But I did reach a point where it's like, no, I need help with this. And so I'm going to have to give up control of these things. And so at 10, they started unloading the dishwasher. At 14, the older boys, it was on 12, 14. I think my oldest was 14 and my second one was 12. They started doing the dishes. So the older two boys will wash the dishes and my daughter unloads them. But my fourth child just turned 10, so he will be in the unloading rotation very soon. He's so excited about that. And then it was at 14 that my son started cooking more. Now they've cooked before that, but it was also, that's when I had my sixth child, and she was very high needs. So I required more help, and he really stepped in for me in that role and cooked more things. And they're simple things like baked oatmeal, frozen pizza. He can make tacos and spaghetti, chicken parmesan. I told him, you need to have one really good date night recipe under you. So chicken parmesan, he's got it down. And so that's just how we started incorporating them into helping around the house. Now, it wasn't easy, especially at the beginning. It did require a lot of checking their work and having them fix their work. So a lot of parenting, no matter what you're doing, is simply being consistent with the task at hand. So whether that is being consistent with rules that you have in the house, or being consistent with how you want them to clean and the expectation you have for them to really meet. That is what we did. So we set the expectation, and then we showed them how to meet that expectation by following up with them. So is it easy to do? Absolutely not. Is anything ever easy when it comes to parenting? Not really. We have our rare moments, but not really. But it is important for their benefit. And that's why we're parents, because we are doing things for their benefit. And so this is one of those areas that you need to create a list, give them the list, have clear expectations for them, and then follow through on it. So that is a wrap for this week's coffee chat. Tell me if you have successfully added your kids into helping around the house. What have you done? Like, what chores do your kids do, and when did you start them at that age? And if you need more help as well, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I am here to answer your questions, but I'm not a mind reader, even though my kids may think I am. So let me know in the comments below, and I will be sure to answer them. And I will see you in the next show.